And welcome to the news today here on YHC, and we're going to get started with a special guest we have today. We have Dr. Wesley Payne, president of Three Rivers College, along with us, I believe, for the first time here.
I believe so, and I appreciate the opportunity to come on and speak with you.
Sure. It's great having you, and you are the newly appointed president as of maybe a few months ago, I believe.
Well, actually, I had my first year anniversary in June, so we're
it's
starting the second year, but it has been an extremely fast year. Feels like I've been doing it for about 3 weeks, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
I cannot believe how quickly the first year went, and it has really been a great year. We've got a lot of things accomplished, and everybody at the college has really worked together in wonderful, wonderful ways to make sure that our students are served and people are taken care of and that we're a meaningful part of our community.
Sure. And you've been at Three Rivers for a number of years. You were previously the vice president of learning, is that right?
Right. I was the vice president for learning. I came in 2009, so I just finished my 6th year at the college. And in my previous role, I was responsible for all of the instructional programming, all of the off-campus centers, and basically served as the second in command for the institution. So it's been an interesting and great transition into being the president, and we're moving forward and serving our community.
That's great, and a lot of news coming out of Three Rivers here in the last few months. Certainly, the I guess you would say a partnership, or what you would call it, with Southeast Missouri State, Central Methodist
and Hannibal LaGrange. What it is the creation of a university center, so that right now on the Poplar Bluff campus, you can come to Three Rivers, get your associate's degree, and then through our partnerships with Hannibal LaGrange, Central Methodist University, or Southeast, you can continue on and earn your baccalaureate degree in a number of different areas in business, accounting, education, criminal justice, computer technologies, all without leaving home. You can do it right there locally and not have to fight the traffic of a major university and try and figure out a parking spot and walk a half a mile to your class. You can do it right there at home on your schedule. So we've increased the convenience in an effort to increase access and increase the educated population in the area. And now that we've got that MOU signed, that was system-wide. So we're looking at our off-campus sites like Dexter, like Sykeston, to see what programming we can work together with our partners to put there to increase the offerings across the area.
Sure. And that seems like the trend of education, especially higher education, is the ease of access, how it's becoming more available to residents in rural places.
Absolutely. When you look at a rural population, one of the big problems is transportation, stretching that distance. And if you look at someone that right then doesn't have a job or has just lost their job, then the cost of travel becomes a pretty big issue. But if cost of travel is not an issue, then the time that is added to what you're doing. You know, if you think about someone that's going to work and they live 5 minutes from work or they live an hour from work, well, if you add an hour commute on each side of every day, well, now instead of working an 8-hour day, you're working a 10-hour day. Instead of a 10-hour day, you're working a 12-hour day. And you do that over the course of your career, you've spent an incredible amount of time in a car just dealing with the transportation to get to where you need, and that takes away from the time that you can do other things. Well, in our case, it's the time that you can devote to pursuing your education. So by increasing that access and increasing the ease at which people can get to their education, we've increased the opportunity. And through that, we're hoping to change people's lives and to help people do what they want to do so that on the other side of that, they can have a better life for themselves and their family. And if you do that enough times, you end up with a much better community, a much better state, and a much better world.
Sure. And especially at this time, say someone's already into their career so many years, and we're seeing a big transition into skilled labor now. A lot of jobs, new jobs that are developing, require certain skills. And if you've got a full-time job, you've got kids in school, and you're wanting to develop your skills, well, that's a big commitment to go back to college and make that commitment to either travel or take online classes or anything of that sort. And this really makes that convenient to make that next step.
Absolutely, and it is a different job market. It is a different world. Long gone are the days where you could go through high school and get a job at a place and stay there 40 years and be secure and make a really good living. The skill sets that are required in the modern marketplace are just vastly different than what they were 10 years, 20 years, 30 years ago. And you need at least some education. You may not need a 4-year degree to earn a good living, but you've got to have some skill, some trade, some attribute that you can market to a business person or to someone in the marketplace so that you can make a living and provide for yourself and your family.
Sure. And that's a big step that Three Rivers has taken with that partnership with these additional schools. And some other big news on the athletics side, the athletic center that's coming about. So how about you fill in our viewers on that?
Sure. We've been operating a capital campaign, and I am really glad to say that we are at the point where we can say we were successful with our fundraising, and that very soon we'll be breaking ground on a new 3,000-seat arena in Poplar Bluff that will be the home of the Raiders and the Lady Raiders, and that will be a incredible attribute to our community, of course to our college, and really take us to that next level. Our athletic programs are a very important part. They're a very important educational part of the college. And when you look at our current facilities, they were at best at the end of their life. We're on standard wooden bleachers in a very small gym, and at the same time, we have the winningest coach in all of basketball as the head coach at Three Raiders, Coach Gene Bass. And we've got a quality program. The quality of our program is much greater than the quality of our facility at the moment. But we've gone through in a huge amount of community support with donors from everywhere coming in, actually coming to the plate and being part of this project. By no means are we going to stop, raising money and supporting our athletic programs and different programs at the college, but we can say that the capital campaign was a success, and at the end of that, this building is going to be the tangible piece that shows that.
Well, it'll be a great addition to the campus there. It'll be, I guess, the Best Activity Center will be
The Best
transition to
Activity
something.
Center will turn into and be replaced by the Libla Family Sports Complex. And that will be the future home of the Raiders, and then we will reallocate the space that is currently the gym into some other usable space that makes an impact for our students, improves their lives, and improves the community.
Sure. So that's going to be a great addition to the campus.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, sure will. So is there any plans on when that's planning on being developed, or is it?
Well, first priority now is to break ground on the new building, which we're trying to get to as quickly as possible. We're finalizing plans. We're working with the construction manager to move that process along. Once that's done and we pull the trigger on the project, then we'll break ground. It is anywhere from a 10 to 18 month process to complete that project. And of course, in my mind, faster is always better, but I have to have the reality that it takes a certain amount of time to build a building that will house 3,000 seats. So it's a large project, but we're going to move through it as quickly as possible. And once we get that done, then we'll officially move the teams and move the activities from the Best Activity Center to the Libla Family Sports Complex. And then we can start the process of reutilizing the existing space.
Sure.
So there's a lot of steps along the way that have to be done until we get to there. But we are constantly moving, and we're constantly moving forward.
Sure. All right. And maybe you want to speak a bit about the Patrons of the Arts. I know that's
Sure.
a big...
We are putting together our Patrons of the Arts program for the next year. I know that we'll have the Chinese Circus. The Moscow Ballet will be returning for another year. This will be their, I believe, 5th year that they come, and that's one of the 3 state-sponsored ballet troupes from Russia. So it is a big, big deal. The Vienna Boys Choir is scheduled. There's a few tribute bands. So it's a wide range of really high-quality cultural and entertainment events. And this is all community supported. No taxpayer dollars pay for these shows. These shows are always brought through the fundraising that we do in the community and a group of folks that support, many of them from Dexter, many from Poplar Bluff and the surrounding areas, Piedmont, Sikeston, Kennett. One of the things we did last year that we'll be repeating this year is we bring shows geared towards younger audiences, children's shows, and we actually perform them at elementary schools and at local school districts. So through the grace of local sponsorships, we're able to bring those shows. So we've really expanded the impact that that program has. And the whole goal is to make it affordable. The kids shows that we embed in the elementary schools are free to the students at the school. So they come in without charge. They get to see it. It's a cooperative agreement between the school itself, our local center directors here in Dexter, Bill Hampton, and throughout the area go out, find the sponsorships. We work with the school districts to figure out the best time to put the show, and then the kids can see it at no charge. Children's shows that come to the main theater on campus in Poplar Bluff are only $5 a ticket, and then no show is more than $10 a ticket. So the goal of the Patrons of the Arts is to make the fine arts and cultural events affordable to families. So you can come see the Moscow Festival Ballet or the Vienna Boys Choir, that if you went and saw it in St. Louis or in Kansas City or Memphis, you're talking about a $65 ticket for the worst seat in the house to $150 if you want to be in the orchestra section right there on the first floor, $10 a ticket there in Poplar Bluff. So you can actually come see that show for less than you can go to a movie and buy popcorn.
Wow.
So it's a really great program that I'm so proud to be a part of, and so glad that that is at Three Rivers, that we can bring these things to the area for people to enjoy.
Sure. All right. And it's registration time, fall.
Oh,
semester's
absolutely.
coming right around the corner.
No matter where you go, fall starts. Registration is ongoing, and we are enrolling students for the fall. Any program, just about anywhere, whether you're in Sikeston, Malden, Kennett, Dexter, Piedmont, Willow Springs, or Poplar Bluff, we've got a location close to you to serve you so that you can have a better life. So all you've got to do is call us, come by. We'll register you, get you started. It's easy as it can be. We can help you find financing for that if you're financial aid eligible, and we can get you started just as quickly as you can get there.
Sure. It's right around the corner, mid-July, but what about the third week of August?
Well,
Fall semester gets underway?
convocation for college faculty and staff is August 10th, and August 11th, everybody is making a major push where everybody's coming to campus to pick up their books and get started, and the following week we start classes.
And
So-
it's coming up.
17th of August, I believe, is first day of class.
Sure. And the locations in our area here, Dexter, Malden, where else am I leaving out there?
Dexter, Malden, Kennett, Sikeston, Poplar
Okay.
Bluff, Piedmont, Willow Springs.
Okay, there you go.
Small, then we have offerings. We're in about 45 different high schools each semester doing dual credit and evening instruction in different places. So over the 15 county area, it's hard to go very far until you find one of our classes.
Sure. Yeah, it's a great asset to our area with Three Rivers College, one of the fastest growing community colleges in the country, I believe.
Have been, yes.
That's great. And you go for more information online, trcc.edu, to get enrollment information about the programs available at Three Rivers College. Anything else, Dr. Payne, you'd like to share with our viewers?
Well, I just want to say that I am so happy to be at Three Rivers, and Three Rivers is happy to be in your community, and we are here to serve you and be a valuable member of your community, and all you have to do is come see us and we'll take care of you.
All right. And that'll wrap it up. And Dr. Payne, we appreciate you stopping by today and speaking with our viewers and about Three Rivers College. And it's just always interesting to cover Three Rivers and what y'all are doing. It seems like y'all's always You're just pushing that envelope a little bit more each year.
We're always trying to move forward and do bigger and better and new things to find different ways to serve everybody. And I just appreciate the time and the opportunity to come here and talk with you and talk to all the viewers. So thank you all.
All right, Dr. Payne, appreciate you having me. Look
Thank
forward
you.
to seeing you again.